hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and this is BlissStudioHobbies. So for this video, we are going to do a diamond painting whip and chat where I work on a diamond painting and chat and keep you company for about an hour. So let's see if we get to an hour today because the stories I have are relatively short. I always say that and it always ends up being an hour, so we'll see what happens. So today I'm excited to be working on this project. This is my first ever Munimade diamond painting. It's called Why Always the Cows by Cute But Weird. And I got a little Munimade tray. So I did do an unboxing on this one and it will be up Sunday. So take a look at that if you're interested in the canvas. But yeah, I also have two cover minders that are from my shop. I have this trash can cover minder. And I have this cover minder that I thought was so cute. These are both from my shop, Bliss Studio Shop, which will be linked in the description box down below. I thought this went well with this canvas. I did buy these, but I have to put them through the system and make sure that this isn't a copywritten image. So I do have to do that before I make any more. I just made one for myself, but there was a batch of like plastic pieces that I got in and I'm like, did I ever look into these before I purchased them? Normally I do, but for these, I don't think I looked at them before I did. So I'll just run them through and if it's not a copywritten image, I will make them and put them in my shop. I am really enjoying this canvas. What I have done, I've completed in one day. I love the color blocking. It's color blocking confetti. So there's large areas of color blocking, but also like not really confetti actually. It's color blocking confetti. And that's what I prefer. That's my jam. So I am loving working on this canvas. It is moving along really quickly. For this month of September, there are a couple of events that I wanted to work on, but I don't know. I might change my mind. I don't think I'm going to work on any events because I have canvases that I want to complete. I know there's two canvases that I want to work on. I want to work on Floral Lovers from Lazy River. I want to work on that one. And I want to work on a couple of those Spangler canvases. So I am going to see if there's any events where those canvases will fit in, and that'll be the only way I work on an event. If I don't see an event where those canvases fit, then I won't participate in an event because I want to get those canvases done. There's so many canvases I want to do, but I always try to work on canvases for events, so sometimes I don't get to diamond paint the canvases in the order that I want. So I think I'm going to do that. I am working with pink wax in my pen. No matter what putty or wax I use, sometimes I just use pink wax. And this wax needs to be changed. I am not even diamond painting in frame. I have my setup at an angle today because that's just how the cookie crumbled when I set everything up. So I have to keep looking and making sure I'm in frame. So let me move this over a little bit. Look at that cute little cow. Love it. Love this canvas. It's so cute. And I finally got my hands on a Munimade diamond painting. All right, let me refill my wax here and then we'll get started with some Am I the A-hole? So just take my tweezers, take that out. I didn't used to take the wax out, but I've been liking to start fresh. So I started taking the wax out. I used to just put wax on top of wax. All right, make sure you guys let me know down below in the comment section what you're working on and if you're participating in any events for the month of September. All right, and then I'm still dealing with my busted nails here. I knew I shouldn't have gotten that acrylic. Every time I get acrylic, it really destroys my nails. That's why I started doing the dip powder at home, which the dip powder, it can destroy your nails a little bit, but not to the level that I'm dealing with. Every day I have like little cracks in this part of my nail, which can be painful. And then they're just really like stubby and they just keep breaking off. I put some nail hardener on them and it just keeps happening. So I'm just going to take a break from all the things and let them heal a bit before I resume doing my own dip powder. What happened is I went in for a pedicure and the young lady, she's like, do you want to get your nails done too? And it was time for me to redo my nails. So I'm like, sure, why not? And then I quickly remembered. It was like the next day and the nails started like breaking. No matter who I have do them or what, like the acrylic just really destroys my nails. Now, when I do my own dip powder, my nails break the next day too. I think I'm just really hard on my hands, but this is just was something else. So if I'm going to destroy my hands, I will do them on my own for cheap at home. Alrighty. So also I have my little container here. This diamond painting comes pre-bagged. So I use my little bag container here. It's rose gold. My husband 3D printed this from a file I found for him. So yes, I'm kitted up in that. I really like those. I want him to 3D print me a couple more so I can have more than one diamond painting kitted up, because the more diamond paintings I get from various companies, a lot of them are coming pre-bagged. So it's easier for me to not have to kit up and just put my stickers on the bag like so and have them in order in this little container. So I really like that for the pre-bag kits. This canvas is marvelous. Alrighty, so the Am I the A-hole that I have for today, I saved about 6 of them, but they're really short. So let's see what we can get ourselves into today. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to pay the extra money my mother-in-law put for a gift I didn't ask for? I thought that was interesting. So let's see what it's all about. My mother-in-law bought me a new coffee machine. I don't know why, as the one I have is still working fine, but whatever, I accept it. Before leaving, she told me I needed to pay her $30. I asked why, and she said that she planned on putting only $50 in the gift, but the cheapest coffee machine she could find was around $80. So I needed to put the $30 she added for the machine. What? Not the a-hole. Already. You buy someone a gift. Let's continue. There's more. Let me not prejudge the situation. Maybe something else happened. I don't know. Let's continue. That confused me because if she planned on only putting a certain amount in the gift that I, once again, didn't ask for, then why not give up the coffee machine idea and buy something that actually was $50? Yeah, right. She said she didn't care about paying more if it made me happy. I said, well, clearly you do care. Otherwise, you wouldn't ask me to pay the extra $30. She said it was just a matter of principle and that if I had manners, I'd pay her. She then left. She later texted my husband that she was waiting on the $30 and would take back the coffee machine if I didn't. I told my husband to respond that she could take it back because I was not going to give her the $30. Rightfully so. My husband is not okay with that because he got attached to the machine, whatever that means, and to just give her the $30. I told my husband if he wanted to keep the machine, then he should give his mom the money she wants. He said I needed to do it because the gift is originally mine, even though I never asked for it. He said I was making this harder than it needed to be and was selfish to not pay the $30 for the coffee machine his mom got me, especially knowing he likes it. I have a hard time seeing how I'm wrong, so I'm coming here because there might be a chance that I am in the wrong. Should I give his mom the $30 like she asked and be done with it? Not the a-hole. This is bizarre. You buy someone a gift that they didn't ask for, and you spend more money than you anticipated, so you're asking them for the difference. And then your husband tells you to pay the difference because he became attached to the machine. First of all, you guys are married, so isn't his money your money or your money his money? I don't know. Some couples have separate accounts. My husband and I, we do have separate accounts. This whole situation, like mother, like son, like what is going on? Like, this doesn't even, this is a real situation. Not the a-hole, of course. Like, what is going on here? When things are like kind of weird to me, I'm just like always confused, if you guys haven't noticed. I'm like, what is going on? I'm trying to stop being like so harsh on people because I can tend to be harsh. But this is just bizarre. In no way, shape, or form am I going to give this woman $30. She can take the coffee machine back, or since you guys seem to have different money, her son can pay her for the coffee machine. Like, I didn't ask for this gift. And even if it was like my birthday or something and you were giving me a gift, I am not going to pay you money. You should have just bought me a birthday card or a card or something, or just spent the $50 that you originally planned. You took it upon yourself to buy me a gift that I have to now pay for. That's not a gift. Or she could have said, I want to buy you a new coffee maker. Here's $50 towards a new coffee maker. And then the girl said she didn't even need a coffee maker. Anyway, I'm rambling. Not the a-hole. Let's see what everyone else had to say. Okay, so the top vote is not the a-hole, which I kind of thought everyone would say. Oh, this thread is now locked by moderators. This thread is now locked due to an excess of rule violations. Wow. They were probably being really mean in the comments. But the top voted comment is not the a-hole. Your mother-in-law and husband want you to pay for a gift you didn't want and didn't need. Don't pay her and tell her why. You didn't want a coffee machine. Your old one is fine. And why should you pay for a gift you didn't want? Tell your husband the same. Yes, 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 yes. And then the next person said, this feels like she's setting a precedent. If original poster pays mother-in-law, she'll likely get the same treatment again down the road. Yes, that I agree. Go to a fancy restaurant with a $200 bill. Mother-in-law only wanted to pay $100. You'll have to pay the other $100. Good for you to stand up to her. Right. So I agree with those. It's kind of crazy, and she is setting a precedent for what's to come. Because what if this just keeps happening? Like, no, don't buy me any gifts if you don't want to, pay the money for it. And then she had the nerve to say, I'm happy to pay the extra money if it makes you happy. Well, why are you asking me for the extra $30 then? Not the a-hole. Let's move on to the next story before I keep going around in circles and saying the same thing, right? Alrighty. So the next one says, am I the a-hole for shouting at my husband for allowing standards to slip? That sounds really interesting, right? I can't believe that mother-in-law bought the daughter a coffee machine and wanted her to give her money. Yes, I'm still stuck on that, guys. Let's read this next one. My husband and I have 2 teenage children, male 14 and female 16. He's a great dad, but sometimes he's a bit lazy when it comes to routines and chores around the house. He works hard, so I usually cut him some slack. Recently, I've been working away on business a lot, and last week I spent across state staying in a hotel. I arrived back yesterday morning to find my husband, son, and daughter all eating breakfast in their underwear. My son wearing only his boxers, and my daughter in a crop top and panties, clearly having just rolled out of bed. When I'm home, I insist on the kids being dressed when they come downstairs, particularly as they're both no longer kids anymore, really anyway. I brought this up with my husband later, and he got into a row. He didn't think I appreciated him for all the work he did whilst I was away, which I do, but to be greeted by that was not something I thought would happen. Anyway, we've now been frosty for a day or so, and I feel bad. Am I the a-hole? Yes. And I say this poster is the a-hole because she has no idea what went on in that house while she was gone. Your kids are up and eating breakfast that was your husband prepared for them. And like the kids were eating their breakfast in the underwear, and that's what she was upset about. Like, I don't understand what the problem is here. Am I missing something? So I say a-hole for coming home and just, she could have asked like how things went, you know, things like that. And I do understand, like, honestly, if I came home and like, and my kids were like eating in their underwear, I was like, why aren't you guys dressed? You know, but I wouldn't say it was the husband's fault. These kids are 14 and 16. They're old enough to get themselves dressed. I don't know. I say a-hole. I don't think she should have came home and done that. Let's see what other people had to say. Alrighty. You're the a-hole. Sounds like your kids were just eating breakfast in their pajamas, which is something even adults do. Not sure what the big deal is. Yeah, that's why I was lost for words, because I'm like, what's the big deal here? What's the problem? And then, oh, the overall vote is a-hole. And then someone underneath that said, y'all, this is her second post about this. I came across the one through her comment history and didn't even realize it was a different post at first. She slipped up and commented on that post from this throwaway. That's why it's not in her post history, laugh out loud. She thought she was slick. Edit, I lie. It's her third post about this. She also got one in Am I the A-hole? Oh. So she's been posting about this to try to get people on her side, and people are voting her the a-hole on all the threads, seems like. That's kind of funny. And then someone has said, to be honest, it's kind of creepy how she's obsessed with her children's nakedness. Original poster can paint it as standards all she wants. It's honestly just creepy AF. Yeah, I don't think I would have even said anything about the kids eating in their underwear, which is how they sleep. So, yeah. Everyone else says she's the a-hole. And then people on Reddit will find out that she's posted this several times in other forums on Reddit. So, everyone says a-hole. What do you guys think? I didn't think it was creepy. I just thought, like, what's the problem here? You know? So, let me know what you think about that one. We're already on our third story, and I think I only have 5 or 6. So, yes, I knew these would go fast because they were short. I cannot lie. I literally went through, and when I was reading titles, and if I clicked on it and it was like a mile long, I was like, oh, I'm not reading that. So, I got some shorter ones for today. But I also wanted to, like, continue working on this painting. So that's why I'm like, oh, let me get my video out the way. This pink wax is kind of annoying me a little bit. Alrighty. I hate when this happens. Am I the a-hole for telling my sister I don't want children? Sorry, this post has been deleted by the person who originally posted it. So they deleted it. But the first comment is, not the a-hole. You're 18. Your life has barely started. If you're not sure about wanting a child, don't get pregnant. Your sister is the a-hole here. So I'm not sure what it was about because I just saved it based on the title and how short it was. So we will move on to the next one. Apparently an 18-year-old that says she didn't want kids. Am I the a-hole, female 26, for telling my boyfriend 34, male 34, that I need to cut back on going out together because I can't afford it. So this young lady told her boyfriend that she wants to cut back on going out because she can't afford it. Now, when I originally read this, I'm like, is she paying for both of them to go out? What's the deal here? So let's get into it and see what the deal is. I told my boyfriend that I want to cut back on going out as much because I can't afford it. He got upset and said he didn't want to be restricted and that if that's the case, we just don't do anything at all anymore. So you can't do anything at all because you want to cut back through the finances? Okay, that makes perfect sense. We've been together for a year and a half, and I've gone along with the amount of things he wants to do up until this point, but I really need to start saving more money now. We split everything 50-50, but he earns more than double I do, so obviously he can afford more than me. But he didn't respond well to me suggesting we go out less, as he said he doesn't want to be restricted to doing things only a certain amount of times a month, and that we just shouldn't do anything anymore, to which I responded, maybe you need to find a girlfriend who makes more money than I do then, and he seemed to get offended at the comment. He said that he doesn't care how much he spends on our relationship and going out because our relationship is important to him, basically implying that I don't care about our relationship as much as him because I am less willing to spend money on going out, but I don't have as much disposable income as he has. We both want to save for a house deposit, but obviously it's a lot harder for me, and this makes it even harder. So I'm feeling pretty bad that he insinuated that and that he said we shouldn't go out at all anymore. I don't know what to do. Don't buy a house with this person. That's step number one. And step number two, if he wants to keep going out and you can't afford it, then he's your boyfriend. He can pay for you sometimes. Not saying that he should pay all the time, but you guys are going out and paying separately. What? What's happening? If he wants to go out more, then he can pay for the both of you. But yeah, do not buy a house. I don't recommend it, but that's just my opinion. But I would say not the a-hole. Your boyfriend is the a-hole on this one. This is just weird. Like, some dynamics of relationships I don't understand. But if it's a relationship and it works for you, that's great. That's just a little sidebar. Like, I'm just the outsider looking in here, but this relationship seems to have like a weird dynamic. And I get relationships where one partner makes more than the other, but then to just say, oh, we're not going to go out at all then, since we can't go out all the time. That's like, what? Or he can say, okay, we can talk about finances and maybe I can pay for the both of us sometimes if I want to do more than what you can afford, you know? Oh no, this thread has been locked by the moderators. I know I always say I'm going to take a screenshot so I can read, but I never do that. So this poster, not the a-hole, was the overall vote. And the top comment is, first, not the a-hole. Second, you made a very reasonable statement. You need to spend less money and save more. Third, he hasn't offered to pay for you. Fourth, he took this as an opportunity to say we won't go out anymore. Fifth, I am sorry, but he's not that serious about you. Yeah, exactly. My advice, even if you're upset about it, cry to your friends if need be. But to him, you can appear to shrug and say, okay, I'm an older woman, and looking back, that's the advice I would give my younger self, to frame that I didn't care. I advise every woman to read He's Just Not That Into You. It's a book that came out at least 15 years ago, but it will always apply. Read it, believe it. Sixth, do not buy a house with this man. Not the a-hole. Exactly. I'm like, do not buy a house with him. That was like my first caution. Like, whatever happens with this relationship, do not buy a house with him. Thank you for saying that. Because now she'll probably read it since that's the most upvoted comment. But yeah, I didn't read that he was that into her either. So we're all in agreement, right? And then the next person said, I made this mistake. Don't do it, original poster. It's a whole ass trap, not the a-hole. Yes. Yes. So everyone is like warning her not to do this or buy a house with him or continue. I wouldn't continue in a relationship like this, honestly. Oh, I want to read this comment. It says, this. My friend went through the exact same thing. She was a student teacher. He had a stable IT career, but she was expected to pay 50% of everything, including things like holidays and Christmas gifts for his teenage daughter. They bought a house together and it was a disaster. She ended up losing a lot of money. He had a lot of debt from his casual spending habits and knew she was a soft touch. Not the a-hole. This guy is either stupid, insensitive, or malicious, i.e. deliberately stopping you building up on savings pot. Yep. Good. So the original poster has lots of hopefully she reads through this and really think about it and see if this relationship is like, you know, what she really thinks it is. What do I say? Reddit would have you leaving every relationship you've ever been in. What do we know? We're only looking at one aspect of the relationship, but how she describes it, I wouldn't continue with that. Nope. Nope. I can't say it enough. I'm really enjoying this diamond painting. I can't wait. I'm always like, oh, I can't wait to get done. And then when I'm done, I'm like, oh, I enjoyed that. I should have taken my time. But sometimes I just can't take my time. Like, let me know, guys. Are you a person that likes to take your time and savor the diamond painting when you're enjoying it? Or are you someone that likes to just get her done and so you can move on to the next one? I like to complete my diamond paintings quickly. Lately, I haven't been doing that, but I like to. It's satisfying for me to complete things quickly. That's why I like color blocking. Complete things quickly and move on to the next one. All right. Am I the a-hole for not getting my sister-in-law a baby shower gift? It depends on why you didn't get the gift. So let's see. My sister-in-law is pregnant with baby number 2. Nothing on her registry is under $50. The host started also asking that we bring a box of diapers, the most expensive all natural brand, smallest box at Target costs $28, and self-care gift for baby and or mama. Am I the a-hole if I only buy the diapers and the self-care gift? Not the a-hole. Before I read any more, if you cannot afford an expensive gift for someone else's child, then you can't afford it. Like, not the a-hole. I would do what I can, and that's that. So that's why I said it depends on why. If it's because it's a financial burden, no, not the a-hole. How can you be the a-hole? You can't afford it. Anyway, and it says, I have 4 children of my own to financially care for, 2 of which I regularly buy diapers for. My 2 oldest kiddos have birthdays in the next 2 months. Baby shower happens to fall between the 2, and I would prefer to spend the money on my own children. Financially, we do okay, but sister-in-law and brother-in-law do much better. I am not close with the sister-in-law. She's my partner's older stepsister. She didn't get me a baby shower gift for my one and only biological child. 3 older kiddos are adopted, and we didn't have a baby shower or adoption party or anything. Instead, piggybacking on my mother-in-law's gift, this is her mother. Like, not the a-hole. I wouldn't even, not the a-hole. I don't buy people gifts so that when it's my turn, they can buy me a gift. That's not why I buy a gift. And it doesn't matter if you're close, because if you are close, she should understand that you don't have the money. And I've also, I went to a baby shower where everything on the registry, the only things left were like the crib and the car seat. And I just bought a couple of outfits, you know. You don't necessarily have to buy what's on the registry. I make it a nice gift, you know, but if I can't afford what's on your registry, or it's not in my budget, I'm not gonna get it. I'm sorry. And she has 4 kids of her own, 2 of which are in diapers. No, not the a-hole. Not the a-hole. The overall vote, let's see, it's not the a-hole. Okay. And then the top comment, not the a-hole. Wait, so they are expecting 3 gifts? All this gift grabbing is really gross. What you have planned is fine. Yeah, she did say that she was going to get the diapers and a self-care gift. Yeah. I mean, that sounds fine to me. And then the next person said, this is an entitled gift grab. It's rude and sickening. I dropped the diapers and only gift a package set of bath stuff from Walmart. And it's baby number 2. Doubly sickening. Gifts should always cost only what the giver can afford and should never be asked for. Geez, edit, not the a-hole. Yeah, I get that. What do you guys think? This is very interesting because I had this situation happen to me. Do you guys believe that people should have baby showers for their second baby? Now, this recently came up, and I never knew that typically people don't have baby showers for their second baby, and it's looked at as like rude or whatever, however you want to say it. But I didn't know that until a friend wanted to have a baby shower for her second baby, and her mom said, no, you only get one, you know, and I'm like, really? So I didn't know that. So what do you guys think of that? Or is this something that's widely known? I don't have kids or anything. I have thrown baby showers for friends and whatnot, but I did not know that typically it's frowned upon to have more than one baby shower. And I was asking one of my other friends, and I'm like, do you believe that? And she's like, absolutely. You only get one. And I'm like, what if your kids are like far apart, like, or they're different genders? And she's like, you only get one. When you have your first baby, don't buy pink or blue. Buy gender neutral stuff so that it can carry you. But yeah, you only get one baby shower. If you want to have a diaper party for your second baby or something like that, that's acceptable, but not a whole nother baby shower. And I was like, oh, that is news to me. I didn't know that. So let me know down below what you guys think about the second baby shower thing. I just put that drill in the trash because it flew from somewhere and I don't know what color it was specifically. And I just thought, I haven't had any trash drills for this diamond painting so far. And this is how much I got done. I only have this little bit left and some speckles over here. So that's pretty good. And that's almost 1/3 of the way done with no trash drills besides the ones that I spilled. So that's pretty good. And here's another one I'm going to throw in the trash because it's just sitting there. Alrighty. Any more teas on here? As soon as I put the teas up, I'm probably going to find a whole slew of them. I don't think so. So we're going to put this color away, get our next color, and read our next one. I think I have 1 or 2 more. One or two more. I just bought a diamond painting and I'm so excited for it. I cannot wait to show you guys what it is. It's a first time company for me and I'm super excited. I'm trying to like work on companies that I've never worked on and purchase from companies I never purchased before. So we'll be seeing that one soon. I have 3 more. Wow, I saved more than I thought. Am I the a-hole for not letting this random kid use my pool noodle? I think not the a-hole. I always have a preconceived notion based on the title. So based on the title, not the a-hole. But let's see what really happened in the story. And I am trying to find the G's so I can do these couple here. Couple G's. Here we go. G. don't know about this tray. All right, G. Am I the a-hole for not letting this random kid use my pool noodle? I'm at my parents' pool laying in one of the chairs and I brought my pool noodle with me. That's actually pretty heavy duty. I got it from Sam's Club. The pool has their own noodles, but they've all been chewed up and ripped up. But there are still a couple in semi-okay condition. Anyway, this little kid comes over and is like, "Excuse me, can I use this?" And I said very gently, "No, sorry, it's mine." Then he runs away and tells his brother, and the next thing I know, he's coming over to me saying, "If you're not using it, why can't you let him use it?" To which I replied, after a moment of being stunned that he even came over to me in the first place, "Bro, this is literally my noodle. I pay for it. I'm not giving it to some random kid I don't know just to get it back with bike marks on it." Then he literally calls me a bitch and walks away. I don't think I'm the asshole, but edit. Thanks for all the responses, everyone. I feel like I should add, I didn't say the second response in a nasty tone. It started out with like a nervous laugh on, "Bro, I paid for it." And then the last part, it morphed into sort of an incredulous inflection, which I guess would be bitchy depending on how you take it. I don't know. 2, my noodle is vastly different to the ones at the pool. They have the shiny foam ones with a hole in the center. Mine is solid foam and very thick. There's really no reason to think that the complex owns it. So the overall vote is not the a-hole. And I guess she put those edits based on people's responses. Like if the kid, I would guess that someone said maybe the kid didn't know it belonged to her, but she stated that it belonged to her, so they should know. Anyway, not the a-hole overall vote. And then the top voted comment is, "Not the a-hole. Your property, your choice. Brother is the a-hole for calling you a bitch and setting a great example." Exactly. And also, like, I understand that it's a kid and people tend to like, it's a kid, let them play with your pool noodle. But sometimes when a lot of kids are not taught that sometimes the answer is no. I never believe that you should have to share your things. You know how you teach kids about sharing, and some people might frown upon what I say, but it's just my opinion, and I don't have kids, so what do I know, right? So you know how kids are taught to share all of your toys, I don't necessarily believe in that, because kids also need to learn that sometimes the answer is no. And that's not me being cruel or anything like that, but it's my property, and if I say no, then you go find a different pool noodle, you know? But if it were me, I probably would have let the kid play with the pool noodle and been upset about it. Honestly, I would have said, "Yeah, you can play with the pool noodle." And then probably watched him like a hawk, you know? And then probably would have went back to the house shortly after. So I can take my pool noodle with me, you know? Alrighty. So then I'm scrolling through, and then people are telling her she shouldn't have said, "Bro, I paid for it, blah, blah, blah." But, this big brother came up to her and called her a bitch and everything. No. You get the response that I give you. I wouldn't have even come up to her. Like, if it was my sibling, I would say, "Go get one of the other pool noodles." You know? There are M's and then this little mark that looks like an M. So I have to be careful right here not to confuse them. There's a couple more M's, and then what do I have? One more? I thought this would be a relatively short video. I don't know how long I've been recording. Oh, 45 minutes. So this will probably wind up being an hour. Well, by the time I edit it, it won't be. So there's that. So people in the comments are saying, well, you could have responded this way and just said, I'm sorry, there may have been a misunderstanding. I purchased this pool noodle. It belongs to me and not the complex or whatever. But did he call her the B word before or after she said that? Oh, he called her the B after she said, bro, I literally paid for this. And also, it depends on how old the older brother was. Because if he was like a teenager and she said, bro, I literally paid for this. That's how they talk. So, whatever. This is number 1. We have another color. Alrighty. So, that's that one. Am I the a-hole for refusing to make all of my husband's meals? I'm already going to say not the a-hole, but let me see. The overall vote on the last one about the pool noodle was not the a-hole. I don't know if I said that or not. But anyway, for this one, I'm going to prejudge this one as not the a-hole. But let's see what it's all about. I have 3 kids and I'm currently pregnant with my 4th. Not the a-hole. I left work to take care of our kids. My husband thinks that because I don't work outside the house, it's my responsibility to take care of all, caps locks on all, duties related to the house and kids. You name it. Cooking, cleaning, laundry, shopping, homework, school activities, drop-off, etc. On top of everything I do, he also expects me to make all of his meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I am so tired recently from entertaining the kids all day during summer vacation, and I've been having a hard time with my pregnancy. He told me, life's tough. This is your job. Oh, gosh. Some of these men, life's tough. This is your job. And has no sympathy for me. In fact, he thinks I have it easy because I don't work. Taking care of kids is a full-time job. Oh my gosh. And then to be pregnant on top of that. And she said she's been having a hard time with her pregnancy. What planet is this husband from? Anyway. The last 2 nights I refused to make him dinner and he's acting like I'm a useless, horrible wife. Why can't he stop at the store after work and pick himself something up? Or look at what we have in the fridge and make something. When he's hungry, he'll constantly say, I'm starving, I'm so hungry, etc. Being passive-aggressive to let me know he wants me to make him something. I'm completely undervalued and unappreciated. Am I the a-hole for putting my foot down and refusing to wait on him hand and foot? There is so many things wrong here. First of all, taking care of the kids is a full-time job. You're taking care of these young kids while he's at work. And then when he gets off of work, you're still expected to do every single thing. That's not fair. And taking care of kids is not easy. On a weekend day when he's not working, he should be made to stay home with the kids all day for 8 hours while you're not there. You go have you a spa day and leave the kids with him for 8 hours while you're not there. And then maybe he will appreciate you a little bit more. And then for her to be pregnant on top of that, not the a-hole. Overall vote, surprise, not the a-hole. This thread has been locked. Everything's being locked by the moderators these days. Top comment, not the a-hole. Unless your husband is working 16 hours a day, he had better start stepping up. You're doing the work of babysitter, cook, cleaner, and personal shopper. How many jobs is he doing? Exactly. And then the next person said, I spent 10 years as a stay-at-home mom. When he was at work, I was in charge of all kids' house duties. When he was home, it was 50-50. Exactly. Like, I'm fine doing everything while you're at work for the kids. I'm the stay-at-home mom. But when you get home, you know, granted, he can come home and rest a little bit, like an hour or so, take a shower, take your shoes off, blah, blah, blah. But after that, you have some time with your kids. Maybe dinner with your kids or something like that. You know what I mean? But she needs a break and needs time away from the kids. Even if he spares her like 30 minutes. And that's being very like generous, you know. Because even 30 minutes away from the kids where she can go put her feet up or anything would be great. But I don't know. If my husband did that, I would never cook him dinner again. Literally. And then some other people. And then the next comment says, seriously, I'm a stay-at-home mom too. And even when my husband works 14-hour days, he makes his own breakfast. Yeah. I'm like, she's not asking for too much for him to just get his own dinner. Especially because he does nothing else. And I don't even think, and she even said like sometimes, I don't think she wants him to get his own dinner every night. Just sometimes, and she's having a rough go of pregnancy, so. Not the a-hole. I think all of my friends would agree, right? And last but not least, am I the a-hole for not wanting to be near a screaming baby while having drinks? My first thought is, why is there a baby where you're having drinks? Oh, maybe they're like at a restaurant or something. I don't know. Are you having drinks at night and someone has their baby? I don't know. Let's read more into it. It kind of sounds like they're not going to be the a-hole, but let's see. I'm getting into the cow. I love cows. They're so cute. Little baby. Alrighty. A friend, 27 female, and I, 27 female, went to a happy hour on a Thursday to a brewery for drinks. Okay, it's a Thursday night, it's happy hour, which means it's probably evening. Happy hours with drinks. Why is there a screaming baby there? Why is there a baby there anyway? What's happening? We got a table, and as we walked up, there was a baby at the next table. He was eating some mac and cheese and just yelling, ah, wah, 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 over and over in the minute we were near the baby. He seemed happy, but I don't like babies yelling, crying, or really making noise. It really bothers me. What? That's a funny comment. I don't think this person has kids. I asked my friend if she wanted to move tables, and I told her I didn't want to be near a yelling baby. She says no. She thought the baby was cute and funny. She said happy babies make noise like that, and that is the best. I told her I really like to move. I expressed that baby shouldn't be here. I know if this baby kept yelling, I wasn't going to enjoy myself. She says, I don't know why it bothers me so much. She told me to not be an asshole. It's just a happy baby. I started gathering my things and told her I was leaving. I thought she was being very inconsiderate of how I felt, so I just left. Some things I laugh at, but I don't think this person is the a-hole. I mean, if you're going out to drinks, you don't expect a baby to be there, right? And it's happy hour. Why is this baby at this restaurant? I'm still trying to figure that out. At the brewery at that, you know? But no, not the a-hole. I probably would have talked to my friends a little bit more like, I'm gonna leave if, you know, I have to sit here because I'm really uncomfortable with this baby screaming. I just want to relax and have drinks and, you know, chat a bit. And it's kind of hard, you know, with the baby screaming. So, this person is no nonsense. She packed her things and she left. She meant business. Like, look, I gotta go. But I still think not the a-hole. The overall vote is not the a-hole, and let's see what people had to say. Not the a-hole. I wouldn't want to be near a screaming baby either. You have choices, and you made one. She did make one. The next comment is totally agree that OP is not an a-hole. Describing happy baby sounds as screaming is odd, though. I know you're quoting OP, but I do feel like OP was being a bit careless with terms there to support the position. We don't really know how the baby was screaming, and they were eating mac and cheese. They could have been happy, so whatever to that. Bottom line is, it doesn't matter whether the sounds were screaming or happy gurgling about the culinary merits of that damn tasty cheesy mac. It doesn't make OP an a-hole for moving. Yes, I agree with that. But the friend who likes baby isn't an a-hole for liking babies, and the baby isn't an a-hole for liking Kraft cheesy mac, and the parents aren't a-holes for having a well-behaved tot in a place of public accommodation. Not the a-hole. That was cheesy mac. That's funny. So, no one's the a-hole. That's funny. How late do you keep your kids out? Just out of curiosity. Because honestly, happy hour could start at 6 or 7, right? So, I mean, that wouldn't be too late to have your baby out. And it's a baby. It doesn't have anything to do in the morning, right? Oh, this person said, upset baby scream, happy baby squeal. Personally, I find them equally annoying. Oh, I don't think I would have been bothered by the baby unless it was like screeching at the top of its lungs. But if it's eating mac and cheese, I wouldn't think it, I don't know. But if you can't tolerate the sound, then you should be able to move, especially if you're out having a good time with drinks and all that. So, not the a-hole. And with that, guys, that was our last story. I got a little bit done on this painting. I'm on the cow here. So I'm going to turn this camera off and finish this little section here. It shouldn't take me much time. And then I'll edit this video and get it up. I always wait to the last minute, make thumbnails, edit, and all that good stuff. But I really enjoyed filming this video. And thank you guys so much for joining me. If you love diamond painting, crafting, and all things hobbies, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos with a friend. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.